Elrond Half-Elven fears that the remaining Nazgul has enlisted the aid of the gaunt Lord Drogoth to instill a fell spirit into the frozen corpse of the ancient dragon Thorog and raise the beast once more as a wight. Little time remains to stop their evil plans.
Welcome back, everyone, to the complete Pineleaf. Last time we managed to get Kindred with Thorn's Hall while starting our last quest. Today we are going to be working here in Heligrod Treasury, where we are hoping to finish out Book 5 of the Epic Storyline, which is the epic story part of the Misty Mountains. Though we'll still have more stuff in the Misties to do with Bingo Boffin and also side quests and the like. But for now, we have this. And one of the items that I'm going to be checking is it possible to get the white remains inside of this instance? I don't think so. I don't recall ever getting the Reverend white remains in this instance, so either I've never gotten them before. Actually, the levels I see for the whites here, I think already answers my question. They seem to be level 43-ish, and I think a white would have to be at least 45 to drop them. So I am pretty certain now. I've gone from almost certain to completely certain that I'm not going to get any Revered white remains, which means that I'll go those. A plaque on the side of the obelisk is written in several tongues. It reads, I, Durin, Lord of Khazad-dûm, have delved into the vault with the aid of Gwath-i-Mírdain. To protect the great riches found here, there are obelisks crafted by the arts of the elves as a token of friendship. Only those who invoke the name of the Star Kindler may pass. 3 times 3 are the obelisks, and 3 times must you speak. So speak the name of Elbereth 3 times. But anyway, I figure no white remains here, so I'll get them from the skirmish camp, which is what I decided I'll do if I can't get them from here. There you go. But here my main object is to find the Nazgul, stop the creation of a dragon white, because this whole thing has been about creation of whites and stuff like that in the part of the Troshaws. So of course it inevitably led to the whole thing about the creation of the ultimate white, because what could be nastier than a white formed from a dragon? I mean, really. Now, concerning my quest to get World Renowned, which requires 11 different factions to get them with, and part of this challenge is doing it without buying replica keys at the skirmish camp, which is why I went to Sarnia here, though I don't think I really needed to go into Sarnia all that much just for that, because in Sarnia, yeah, I know you did have those gem encrusted things, which is the thing that got me there, and of course a couple of quests there for completionist's sake, but I was doing pretty well with the rep. I had already finished Ally even before going in there, so Sarnia wasn't completely necessary to get them, and I probably could have gotten it between the task bulletin boards. Well, that shows you how well my hits are doing today. Can't hit the broad side of a high priest. Yeah. Well, something like that. Alright. We'll get rid of that. Elbereth! Alright, that's 1 down. 2 more to go. As I have 7 of the 11 factions for World Renown at Kindred, that means I have 4 more in order to complete my goal. The first of these are the Losoth. I've already started a... I missed that one. Oh. The first are the Losoth. I've managed to get to acquaintance with them by doing a couple of quests in Forgel. So I'm doing final on that one, and I should ultimately be able to work on them. In the epic storyline, I'll be going up in there. I'll probably be finishing a lot of stuff there. And that's when I expect to actually make my big push for getting up to Kindred. Now, I am wondering what I am going to do concerning the epic storyline, because my plan is to start Volume 2 as soon as Bingo Boffin is ready. Well, the Bingo Boffin storyline, let's say, because as you just noticed in the last Bingo episode, Bingo is currently in the hands of Dour Hands. But eventually we will have to go into Moria. That's all I'll say on that. And when the Bingo storyline goes into Moria, I will have to drop the Volume 1 storyline and then head into Volume 2. And that means I'll be finishing Volume 1 offline. Alright, that area is cleared. So see about that. So I have to finish probably it'll probably be finished offline, since I was doing that mainly offline anyway. When I say offline, I mean that I'm doing that in the background while I'm doing the episodes. The story is disjointed enough with me running around. Adding a couple more places to run around to would make things even worse. Now let's see, we've already gone there. We've already gone there, right? So that means we head this way. The next one that we need kindred with is the Council of the North, which is Angmar. So it'll be a while before I get in there. When I do the epic in Angmar, which is the early parts will be here, but the latter parts will probably be offline, because I strongly doubt I'll have time to do all of the Volume 1 epic storyline while at the same time doing Moria. So anything that's an area door that's not done gets into the do between episodes pile, so to speak. That way I have one continuous story in Moria and not having to worry about going back and forth and all the like. Now, the Moria ones don't count because they're not in Eriador, and World Renown is based on Eriador. The next two we have after that aren't even available yet, and those are the Grey Company and the Men of Enidwythe. Now, I think that Mirkwood is going to be coming out in July. And since the guess of March for the Misty Mountains was, and for Moria was right, then I would think that the July is probably right for Mirkwood. I don't know when they are going to release Enidwythe. Is that going to come out with Mirkwood, since that's the same level range? Or are they going to have that as its own release, or release it with Dunlin? Those are the three possibilities. As for if they put it out with Dunlin, but if they put it out with either one, then I will be able to get world renowned by the end of the year. I'll just have to make sure that I get all those quests done in Enidwythe in time. But that'll be in November, so that'll probably be a pretty busy November and December to do that by the end of the year. Now, we still have two more in which to invoke Elbereth. I think we have 2 or 3 more tunnels. I think this is one of the Elbereth tunnels. There you go. So I think I'm on a pretty good pace on that. Now, my other goal for this year is to get halfway through Skirmisher of Middle Earth. And I think I'll be able to do that after all. I've already managed to get 2 of the 18 skirmishes done on that matter. So if I keep at that pace, I should have no trouble. The only real problem is that there are a number of skirmishes that aren't out yet. First of all, we have the Mirkwood ones, but I should be able to handle that in July, so I don't think I have any trouble getting them in the long term. We do have... Oh, hello. We do have the Skirmish in Agmar, Rescue at Nurzgashu. I will expect that to come out with Enidwythe. So that means either July or November, depending on whether it's packed with Mirkwood, or we have to wait until the next one after that. Once we do that one, what would be next after that? I'll have that. That will leave then Storm on Methadras. And I don't know when they plan to do Storm on Methadras. Because Storm Methadras is not out yet, even though it has a minimum level of 20. But it was the last skirmish to be released, and it was released around the time we were doing Dunland, I believe. And that's when, with Dunland, is when you have that time where you spend in Tal Methadras, which is near where the skirmish is done. And it also is within sight of Orthanc, which is another pointer for coming out with Treason of Isengard, meaning Dunland. So I'm going to guess that's going to come out with Dunland. That would be my best estimate on the matter. So the question is Enidwythe coming out with Mirkwood, or is it coming out with Dunland? In either of those two cases, I will expect to have that R-Truth, and I will expect Dunland to come out in November in either of those two cases. If Enidwythe is going to be standalone, though, then that will put Storm Methadras into March next year, which would make Skirmisher of Middle Earth itself impossible this year. That's the reason why I said halfway was my goal. Because I wasn't completely sure that we would be able to have it available in time. Hey, stop your rituals. Oh, he's not shutting up, is he? There you go. Ah, and the final of the obelisks for that. Now, one thing I want to do as soon as I finish this battle here is to make sure that I have enough light to get through the next instance. Let's see. I have... This is plus 5 hope for 15 minutes. That's why I didn't want to do it at the beginning of the instance, because I figured it would expire just as I was about to get ready to fight the Nazgul. There you go. There, now let's end the Nazgul's plan. Oh, I forgot these guys, didn't I? Well, that shut him up. Yeah. You got bad breath. I know. You don't have to rub it in. There you go. Now, let's go and find that nasty Nazgul. Now comes the true test. Yeah, there you go. one dead dragon. And one Drugoth the Deathmonger. He's nastier than the regular Deathmongers you find in skirmishes, right? I tire of these intrusions! You will wait! Arise, spirits! Bring the great beast back to our world! Alright. Send your power to this mighty dragon! Good grief. Arise, spirits! Bring this great beast back to the world! Yes. Oh boy. They're running out of spirits quickly. Your service is needed, spirit! Go join your brothers! There you go. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. No, he's breaking free! Well, that's what you get for doing this. The meddling of these fools has broken my control! Quickly, go pursue your charge. I shall deal with these witless worms. So for once, the Nazgul has decided to send off the other party. And us to do the... Yeah, you're Nazgul big and scary. I know that. Now, let's go and... Now start the fight. For realsies this time. Now, fortunately... What? Yeah. Alright, Alright, looks like he's at 3 dread. I've got +5 from what I did there, so that gives me a total of... Fools! You cannot slay by your arts! I return to Mordor and my master. Well, returning him to Mordor is part of our... Gets him out of the troll shawls. That was our main goal anyway, right? Alright, well, we've gotten rid of the Nazgul. Cooldown timer's not... Oh. Have I talked to Elrond? Good. We're done! Yay! Alright, it looks like I've already gotten what I need to get out of here. I've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is that the Nazgul has fled back to Mordor and shouldn't be troubling the Trollshalls anytime soon. The bad news is that the Dragon White got out of control and fled, but he's not under Drugoth Deathmonger's control.
A strange fate brings you hither.
You have done a great thing today, Pineleaf. Few have faced the might of a Nazgul and lived to tell the tale. Fortunately, the waters of the Bruinen and your pursuit of him weakened him to the extent that you could defeat him and send him back to Mordor. As for the matter of the dragon, it would appear that although the ritual was partially successful, the Dragon White is not fully under the control of Drugoth. It still presents a threat to Rivendell, but not so great as it would had the ritual been completed. For now, we can turn our attention to other matters, although someday you may wish to return to Heligrod and end this threat completely. Well, not without a full raid. That's unlikely to happen anytime soon. Anything here that is useful? How about... Yeah, I think I actually like that. And that's it for that. Now, let's take care of some unfinished business in Ulst-Garuth. After a quick trip to the skirmish camp, I've collected the rest of the items. Oh, I don't know what you need these things for in order to help, but alright.
We need
2 batches out of 3.
greetings.
Ah! Good work. Of course, I was not going to go into Karn Doom. Obviously, if I was going to go into Angmar in order to get those spinnerets, I obviously wasn't going to go into Karn Doom in order to get the rest of the items, especially since that's group content. And I'm going to be, let's see, 89 agility or 49 vitality. Ooh. Alright. Well, I suspect the way things have been going, maybe I'll just take the gold star earring.
What do you need?
You've returned! You have much resolve, Pineleaf. Many people would have balked, but then what has set you apart? If not a... but that's what sets us apart, is it not? Right. Continue, and of course...
Greetings.
That is it then! A lot of toil for one weapon. Yes, a lot of skirmishes. Now the question is, which of these should I take? This is a slight improvement over Ida's spear, though it has a lot better agility and vitality. It's also ancient dwarf make. Now if I was going in, but here, Balerian damage, now this is a major improvement though for my javelin, because my javelin is 10 years up and 10 levels obsolete. So I'm going to go with the javelin. It's Balerian damage, which certainly isn't bad. And there you go. Done.
What can I do for you?
You have proven yourself, Pineleaf. I doubted the tales folk told about you when they first heard of you, but now I'm sure they're all true, or as close to true as a minstrel can manage. Surely, right? And I'm sure that you... Of course, I mean, yes, did lots of skirmishes in order to get the skirmish marks in order to buy most of that stuff. Now it is time for you to seek out one who knows more than any of us on the skills of the Warden. He may not be one of us, but he has fought alongside us many times for longer than I have been alive. Some in Bree call him Strider, but his true name is Aragorn, son of Arathorn. Yes, I know where to find Aragorn. Hello there. I was asked to come to you for a lesson on being a warden.
Greetings.
Well met, Pineleaf. I should be troubled that you have found me so easily in these times, even though we spoke several times and probably have memorized it already. But you bear greetings from Hrothra. I know your intent cannot be ill. He is a great warden, and if he thinks well of you, then I do as well, for he does not give his friendship lightly. Courage is the greatest virtue of our kind, Pineleaf. All else may fail us, but never our bravery. We are the bulwark between the darkness of the world and those who could not bear to behold it. Without stout hearts, even in the face of death, we cannot hope to prevail against our foes. So, your spear may fail you, and yes, your habergeon as well, but your spirit must never flag. This is the greatest lesson I have learned, through all my long years and travels. This then is my word, Pineleaf. Go away always with valor, and always remember that you must protect all who need it. And, by the way,
It is time to turn our eyes north.
with matters at hand here and your training complete, it is time for us to turn our attention to the north.
Will you stay a moment? I must speak with you.
It is well that you have come. This morning a falcon arrived bearing a message for me from Esteldine, the hidden refuge of my people in the North of the Downs. You'll never find it, even though you've been there several times already. It would appear that another such bird came to Esteldine from the north, gravely wounded, bearing a message from one of my kinsmen we have believed long dead. I know little more, for the message to me was brief, but Daravoon has asked me to come at once. My time here is short, and I cannot return now to confer with my people. My path lies to the south and to the east. Will you go to Esteldine in my stead and learn what the tidings have come there? Speak with the Daravoon, and for it was he who sent the message to me. I fear that the news is grave, for Coroner was deemed lost long years ago, when his captain Gullidir disobeyed my edict and took a company north into Angmar. They were never heard from again. It is a joy that Coroner lives. But what has kept him from contacting us for so long? That I don't know. And we're not going to find that out next time, but the time after that, I know. After all that I've said about not going into Angmar, looks like I'm soon going to go into Angmar. But next time, though, is a Bingo Boffin episode, where we'll see about Bingo Boffin and can we rescue him from the Dire Hands. We'll find that out in the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.